So standing behind Akane is Aoi, who looks both flustered and absent-minded at the same time. Some of the other girls in the class look like they want to say something, but since they're all afraid of getting into the Free Freaks crossfire, they just watch from the sidelines. This leaves Akane isolated, surrounded and outnumbered 3 against 1. Kyoji cranes his neck and looks at Shinta. What should I do, given that I'm involved? Does he step in or stop them or not? Kyoji chooses. Okay, so my choice is step in and break them up. He's a part of this, so the right thing to do would be to stop them. Okay, I'll go stop them. When Kyoji tries to walk over, Shinta grabs him by the shoulder.
やめとけよ。女同士の喧嘩に口挟んだらこっちが悪者になっちまうよ。
Don't, man. Stick your neck into a cat fight and they'll make you out to be the bad guy one way or another.
姉ちゃんと母ちゃんとばあちゃんに挟まれて生きている俺が言うんだから間違いないって。
Take it from the guy who has to live with his sisters, mom and grandma. You don't want to do this. When Shinta cites his personal experience like that, he's pretty convincing. Yeah, even so, he doesn't sit well with him to just stand back and watch when he's involved with the situation. But on the other hand, he gets the feeling that if he were to interject now, it's only put Akane into an even more compromising position. Still, as he ponders over this, his gaze suddenly meets Akane's. He gets the feeling that her nod to him is meant to say, I know, let me handle this. Maybe staying out of this would be the best after all. Sadly though, it seems like they're holding 2 different conversations at once. That's enough, Mew. I can't listen to another word you say, Mew.
だから私は少しは人の話を聞けと言ってるの。何度言ったらわかるのよ。私と貞島くんは別にあんたたちがどうこう言うような。
I'm telling you, listen to what other people say for once. How many times do I have to tell you? You have no right to comment about me and Sadashima-kun.
それに並木葵も目障りでミュー。
And Namiki Aoi, you're a nuisance too. Huh? Marina points straight at Aoi, who blinks in confusion.
いきなり髪型を変えてきたりして妙だミュー。
What? You just changed your hairstyle for no reason. It's weird.
そうよそうよ。妙だわ。並木葵のくせに。
That's right, that's right. It's weird. You don't get to do that, Namiki Aoi.
そうよ。並木葵は暗い顔がお似合いよ。
I don't get this. Are they like... Do they think she's cute looking gloomy? I mean, I think so too, but like what? Yeah, looking gloomy suits you better, Namiki Aoi.
そんなこと言われても。
I don't know what you want from me. It's a pretty absurd statement from them to make, no matter who it's aimed at. Seeing Aoi clamor fills Marina with confidence, making her smugly narrow her eyes. Wait, did Sadashima notice her after her changing her hairstyle? That's why they're jealous?
マリナには分かっているミュー。並木葵は色気づいてるミュー。
Okay. Well, I see you right there, Mew. You're trying to pretty yourself up for someone, Mew.
そうそう分かってるのよ。並木葵には好きな人ができたんだわ。
That's right, that's right. We see right through you. You've got a crush on someone.
ブスのくせに生意気よ。
Don't you fucking dare say that. I was on your side, mommy, but now you're a piece of shit. How fucking dare you, mommy? Nah. Even though you're ugly, cheeky. Aoi blushes and hangs her head. Meanwhile, Akane stands in front of Aoi. Akane's face is even redder than Aoi's, but with anger, not embarrassment.
ちょっとあんたたち、用があるのは私でしょ。葵には何の関係もないじゃない。
Hey, you three, you've got problems with me, right? Leave Aoi out of this. Aoi raises her head. However, the expression Kyoji sees on her face confuses him. Is Aoi glaring at her? He must be imagining it, but it looks like Aoi is glaring at Akane. Not at the trio insulting her, but at Akane, who's defending her. But after he blinks a few more times, Aoi is once again hanging her head. Must have seen that wrong. While Kyoji thinks to himself, the situation continues to further derail.
ああもう。だからあんたたち何を言いたいわけ？もういい加減にしてよ。
Will you just be clear about what you want already? I've had enough of you. Ah, this is a drag. Scratching his head in annoyance, Kyoji walks up to the girls' arguments.
おい教授やめとけって
Hey, Kyoji, cut it out! Shinta walks out to stop him, but Kyoji has already planted himself between Akane and the trio. Everyone's gaze are fixed on him. Realizing he can no longer turn back, Kyoji speaks up. Now listen to me, you three. God. The firm words he has been preparing himself to say are immediately drowned out by Marina's voice. Yeah, shut the fuck up and sit down, boy. Ah, it's the bad guy. Marina points at Kyoji in her typical exaggerated manner. Bad guy?
そうだミュお前は貞島様に害をなす悪者ミュいつかマリナがお仕置きするミュ
Honestly, it would be great if there was like a route where just these three just batter Kyoji in the back alley. Please. That's right, Mew. You're the bad guy who brings pain and suffering to Sadashima-sama, Mew. Someday we'll punish you, Mew.
そうよそうよあんたなんかコテンパンにのしてやるんだから
That's right. We'll beat you silly one day, God, please. Please beat him silly.
一からよ
One hit knockout. No, all the energy he wields before getting himself involved in the exchange suddenly drains out of him. How can I let out a long sigh?
教授はいいから引っ込んでてちょうだい
Kyoji, please stay out of this. Listen, Akane, you can say that,
どうして
but
この子たち教授が何言ったって聞きやしないんだから
those girls won't listen to anything you say. Akane makes a shooing gesture with her hand, like he's some kind of bothersome stray, like he is.
今の聞きましたかミュ
I heard what you just said. What is it this time? Marina's eyes seem to gleam.
聞いたわ聞いたわ
We heard that!
聞き捨てならなかったわ
We can't overlook that. The three huddled together and enthusiastically linked their hands.
何がよ
But what? Cringing, Akane asked for an explanation, calling Marina to give her a grin smirk.
和柳茜が表と裏の顔を持つ悪い女で貞島様を騙している証拠をつかんだでミュ
We have proved that you're a two-faced woman who's trying to deceive Sadashima-sama. Akane is rendered speechless. Her mouth hangs open for a moment, but she soon recovers and parts her lips to give some kind of retort. Before she can, Marina cuts her off.
しらばっくれても無駄でミュ和柳茜はそこの転校生とできているでミュ
Don't try to make excuses, Mew. You're going out with the new kid, Mew.
はあちょっと待ってよ誰と誰ができてるって
So it's literally the same thing as Akane's row. Hold on, what are you talking about? I'm not going out with...
転校生と名前で呼び合っているのがその証拠おとなしくマリナのお仕置きを受けるミュ
You and the new kid calling each other by your given names, and that proves it. Just give up and accept your punishment, Mew.
そうよそうよ
That's right.
お仕置きされなさい
Accept your punishment. No, listen, Akane and I are just childhood friends. Just as Kyoji cautiously tries to interject, another boy walks past them, putting himself between Akane and the trio.
お前たちいい加減にしろよ
That's enough, you three.
貞島様
Sadashima-sama. The trio blushes in unison.
和柳は別に何も悪いことはしてないだろ
Kazuyagi didn't do anything wrong, you know.
でも貞島様
But Sadashima-sama... The three girls frown in displeasure at Sadashima's sternly continues.
だいたい和柳が転校生とできているなんて根拠があるのか幼馴染だったら名前の呼び捨てぐらいするだろうなあ和柳
Besides, you say Kazuyagi is going out with the new kid, but can you prove it? They're childhood friends, so that's why she calls him by his given name, right, Kazuyagi? Huh? The way Sadashima is acting leaves Akane stumped as to how to respond to his question. An extremely vicious smile plays over his
和
lips.
柳転校生と付き合ってるのか
Kazuyagi, are you going out with the new kid? Literally the same shit. Huh? No, Akane stammers and shakes her head.
そういうわけじゃないけどでも
We're not like that,
聞い
but...
ての通りだ悪いこともしてないのに責められるのは辛いもんだぜさっきの俺みたいにな
Well, you heard it. Treating someone terribly when they didn't do anything wrong is just cruel. Like what happened to me, right? Sadashima suddenly feigns a pensive gaze into the distance. Seeing this, Kyoji drops his shoulders in defeat.
貞島様かわいそうみょ
Oh, Sadashima-sama, you poor thing, Mew.
かわいそうよね
Poor thing.
ほんとお気の毒だわ
Fucking face, I love it. I feel so bad for you.
でも憂いを帯びたお顔も素敵みょ
God, being Sadashima, I would run. I fucking hate people who just... how to say it? It's not glamorize. Almost fictionalize a person. I hate that. But you're handsome even when you're gloomy, Mew.
素敵
Handsome.
だわ
Very handsome.
それはどうも。
Yeah, thanks. The trio genuinely looks up at Sadashima, but he only looks fed up with them. Yeah, genuinely, I kinda like Sadashima.
そういうわけで心配してくれるのはとてもありがたいんだが、頼むから俺の顔に泥を塗らないでくれよな。
I do appreciate you worrying about me, but would you please stop dragging my dignity through the mud?
はいみょ
Hi, Mew. Hi.
はーい
Hi. The three weirdos then turn around and leave.
じゃあ和ヤギ、そういうことで。
That's that then, Kazuyagi. Sadashima raises his hand in a pretentious manner before walking off.
どうもありがとう
Ah, yeah, thank you. As Akane mumbles in gratitude, the bell rings.
休み時間
Break time's over.
貴重な休み時間をバカなことに使っちゃったな
I can't believe I wasted an entire break on something so stupid. Akane entirely drops her shoulders. Koji finds himself agreeing with her.
はーいみんな席について授業始めるわよ
Okay, skipped a bit, and this is where Sadashima talks to Akane about, like, what happens in the classroom. Shinta points at the staircase's landing where Sadashima is speaking to Akane. Kyoji urges Shinta. Let's go. Didn't you say a word about the yakisoba bread running out?
そうだけどさ、教授は気にならないのか？
I mean, sure, but doesn't that bother you? Not really. When Kyoji tries to walk away, Shinta grabs him. The collar of Kyoji's uniform chokes him, making him let out a frog-like croak. What are you doing?
こういう時はさ、素直に気にしておくもんだと思うけど。
I think you need to be a bit more honest with yourself at times like these. Shinta has a smug expression on his face. I really don't care.
嘘ばっか。
Don't lie. Looks like you're the one who cares.
それならそれでもいいよ。し
If that'll get you to stay here, fine. Let's go with that. Shh. Shinta brings the figure to his lips. Soon the two of them make out Sadashima's voice.
さっきはすまなかったな。
I'm sorry about earlier.
別に貞島くんが謝ることないよあの子たちが思い込みが激しいだけだもん
You don't need to apologize for that, Tadashima-kun. Those girls are just delusional. Akane sounds moody, but despite that, her words do seem sincere.
和ヤギはそういうところ優しいよな。
That part of you is what makes you such a nice person, Kazuyagi.
別に優しくはないよ普通ねえそれより私教室に戻らないと貞島くんもお昼まだなんじゃないの
I'm not nice or anything. Anyone else would say the same. Listen, I need to get back to class. You haven't had lunch yet, right, Tadashima-kun?
悪い、もうちょっとだけ。あのさ、あの転校生って和ヤギの何？
Sorry, just give me another minute. Listen, about the new kid. What is he to you, Kazuyagi?
何って幼なじみだけど
What is he to me? He's just a childhood friend.
本当にそれだけ？
Is that really all he is?
何よその質問
What are you asking?
ごめん。やっぱり俺も気になるんだ。和ヤギがあいつのことを気にしてる風だし、あいつも多分。
Sorry, I guess he just bothers me is all. It looks like you care about him, Kazuyagi, and I think he...
ちょっと貞島くん妙なこと言わないでよね
Cut that out, Sadashima-kun. I don't need you saying weird stuff too. Flustered, Akane raises her voice at Sadashima. A moment later, Kyoji hears Sadashima laugh.
分かってるって。幼なじみだもんな。 でもさ、正直言ってちょっと焼けるな。
Fine, I get it. Just a childhood friend. But you know, honestly, I'm kind of jealous of the new kid. Huh?
和ヤギガード硬いから、あの転校生には無防備なんだな。俺も幼馴染だったらよかったのに。
I mean, you're so hard to get, Kazuyagi, but you're defenseless with him. I wish I were your childhood friend too. His voice sounds a bit lonely. Akane falls silent, like she's taken aback by his words.
別に私はそんなつもりじゃ。
I'm not. I didn't mean to come across like that.
でもさ、忘れないでくれないか。あいつもどうやら和ヤギのことを気にしてるみたいだが、俺も君のことを気にしてるんだ。
Just don't forget, okay? The new kid might care about you, but I care about you just as much. Yuji just barely holds back an exclamation of shock, almost revealing himself. Shinsa, who's sitting next to him, murmurs, "Ew, that gives me the creeps."
何バカなこと言ってるのよ。
What are you saying? Yuji carefully peeks around the corner, sneaking a glance at the landing. Tsushima is resting his hand on the wall while peering into Akane's
俺
face.
も茜って呼んじゃダメか。
Can't I call you Akane too?
バカじゃないの。
What are you saying, stupid? Despite her words, her voice gives away how she actually feels. She's not actually upset, she just pretends to be angry. This is dumb, let's go. That was actually kind of cute, what the fuck? Oh lord! Oh god, that gives me two very different types of emotions. Oh my god. Oh god, that gives me two very different types of emotions. I don't know how to feel about that. If you think about like his base character, he's supposed to be like this piece of shit who is just like very unlikable and is just like this horrible guy who just doesn't care about anyone and just gets what he wants and is like, you know, like if I remember well, he sexually like assaults nurses in the hospital that his family owns, right? Like that's irredeemable in my eyes. I wish I remember that like 100% because I'm like uncertain about it, but there's like a memory of mine that was a thing that he just did. Like he assaulted people. I think that was like a one line in the game, but like the game was so fucking long, so I cannot be certain. But I think that was the thing he did, which is irredeemable. Like that's just like, yeah, no matter what he does, like that is irredeemable piece of shit behavior. But yeah, like in Akane's bad ending, well, the bliss ending, the part where that was like memorable to me actually was Sadashima like losing his mind because Akane just, like she was possessed and she was out there just being like, yeah, you can just gang up on me and do whatever you want. And he kind of lost his mind because he was like, I just thought you were this pure person who, and like he was so shocked and like horrified that he just kind of lost his mind, was emotionless, like he was just glass-eyed. I kind of now feel like it was because he actually did have feelings for her. Like as much as he pretends like, oh, she's just used goods and everything, it kind of feels like he's really hurt, like he actually had feelings for her. But he was really hurt that, oh, actually Akane had feelings for Kyoji, and she actually had feelings for him, and they actually were together, and he actually had sex with her. And he is just so bitter and unhappy, and just like, all this time I was together with her, and I was like building an actual relationship with her. I was like treating her nice, I was like hanging out with her, helping her, and just like slowly building a healthy relationship with her. And this motherfucker, who just like had such a horrible relationship with her, like just fucks her and leaves her, and she's still into him. Like I would feel bitter about that. Even even me, I would be toxic about it. Like, what the fuck do you mean? I guess Sadashima is just really fucking upset. Like, he has feelings for Akane. And he's just really upset about Kyoji just being her first, and she still has feelings for him, and he came back, and like everything that Sadashima was building, Kyoji just like came back and took within a day. Like all this time, all of these like years that Sadashima was building, like slowly building a relationship, like very, very slowly building a relationship. Kyoji just took it in like a few hours. Like, maybe that's what makes him so bitter, that he's just saying these horrible things to just hide his bitterness and feelings. Which is very harsh and, like, irredeemable. Like, that's... You can't take it back and be like, oh, but he was emotional. Like, nah, you're still a piece of shit. But it kind of makes it a bit more understandable, like, why he's just such a piece of shit. Or maybe I'm just going off my nut and he's actually a piece of shit, but he's just putting on a mask and just pretending because he wants to take her virginity, because he just takes it as a trophy. Like, the more innocent and stupid a girl is, the more he takes it as a trophy that he manipulated her. Like, he put on such a good mask that even the most innocent girl got manipulated into, you know, being in love with him. I don't know, either or. I'll take it. Honestly, Sadashima, good character. Fuck it. Shinzo doesn't stop him this time. He folds his hands behind his head, dragging his feet while he walks. His indoor slippers squeak against the connected corridor concrete floor.
sadashima のやつすげえな。よくあんな歯の浮くようなことを真顔で言えるよな。
I'm surprised Sadashima can say saturating stuff like that with a straight face. It's either that he's genuinely in love, or he just knows how to lie very well. It can be either or. I'm actually kind of interested, like, if they say, and if in Kika's route, because I hope that in Kika's route, like, there's no real, like, you meet Akane the least in there, that Sadashima and Akane's relationship is the most, like, close there, that they hang out the most, that you will actually see them, like, date. I hope. Jin sounds half impressed as he says this, making Kyoji scoff. Seriously, what does he even see in it anyways? It's annoying that he thinks I'm competing with him over her or whatever.
本当にそう思ってんの?
Is that really what you think? Shinta examines Kyoji's face. What do you want me to say? Yeah, it is. You got a problem with that? Shinta pulls away and answers with a shrug, but then he adds,
和ヤギってガサツだし、うるさいし、おせっかいだし、時々鬱陶しいとこあって、うちの姉ちゃんと張るけど。
Kazuyagi's kinda crude and she can be a busybody. Heck, she's outright annoying sometimes. She gives my big sister run for her money.
見た目はまあ可愛い部類だから、あれで結構密かにモテて、いってなんで殴るんだよ。
She's kinda cute though, so believe it or not, she's got a lot of people who are into her. Ow, why did you hit me? Shut up, it's for no reason, okay? Come on, let's just get going. Could you give Shinta's back a hard slap again before hurrying over to the school store? Okay, I skipped a bit. Basically, Akane and Kyoji are cleaning the school, and then they went outside to clean the storage room. And Aoi went in there to be like, hey, can I help you out? And Akane and Kyoji were just talking about how Akane is into Sadashima. Are you done cleaning? Aoi. Akane looks at her, a grin on her face. Kyoji signs in relief. Aoi opening the door cleared up the silent, suffocating atmosphere.
私その手伝えることあるかなって思って。
I was wondering if I could do anything to help. Aoi speaks up on her own for once.
嬉しい。持つべきものは友達。
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. I can always rely on a friend. Akane ushers Aoi in, seemingly more cheerful than usual.
本当に手伝ってもらっちゃっていいの？もうすぐ済むかと思ったらぐっちゃぐちゃなんだもん。やっても終わんなくて。
Do you really want to help us though? Because it's terrible. I thought we'd be finished in no time, but it's such a mess. I just clean and clean, but it never ends. Yeah.
じゃあそっちの棚の中きれいにしてくれる？
Okay, can you tidy up the shelf there? Yeah. After that, they focus on cleaning for a while longer. Akane seems to have cheered up a bit, as she talks freely with Aoi while they work. Aoi, as always, is wordless except for an occasional and yes to show she's listening, until suddenly she starts speaking to Kyoji.
あのね、ジンノ君。
Jinno-kun? Hmm?
この間、なくしたって言ってたけど、あれ、出てきた。
A couple of days ago, I said I lost it, but it turns up... What turns up? The diary. Aoi's eyes flicker over to Akane, who's eyeing Kyoji and Aoi suspiciously. What is Aoi talking about, and why won't she be clear about it? Is this something that she can't talk about in of Akane? The diary! Ah! Finally remembers the talk he had with Aoi in the nurse's office the other day. Did you and I, like, have exchanged diaries or something? Yeah. Right, that. The exchange diaries. Aoi mentioned she lost hers back then. Oh, so it turned up. I'm surprised you found it.
私もなくしたと思ってたから驚いた。
Me too. I thought it was lost forever. Nice, let me see it sometimes. I'm curious to see what I wrote.
本当に私結構恥ずかしかったよ。
Really? You think it made me feel embarrassed? Aoi usually expressionless face is oddly bashful. Well, I'll probably cringe when I read it too. I mean, it's stuff we wrote as kids.
ねえ、何の話？
Hey, what are you talking about? Aoi butts into the conversation, a dark expression on her face. Kyoji can't blame her. From her perspective, their conversation makes no sense, but the topic, the exchange diaries he and Aoi had back then, it's too awkward for him to talk openly about. He gazes at Aoi, who looks a bit flushed.
まあ別に言わなくてもいいけどね。
Well, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. How can I say, her expression turning even moodier. By the time they finish cleaning, there's no one in the classroom. Kyoji grumpily shoves his textbooks into his bag. Akane, who has also finished getting ready to leave, meets him with a slightly displeased look on her face.
じゃあ私部活に行くから。じゃあね、二人とも。
I've got club activity, so I need to get going. Bye. You too. Hey.
じゃあまた明日。
Yeah, see you tomorrow. The door clicks shut, the two of them alone in the empty classroom. Kyoji and Aoi exchange glances. Do you want me to walk you some of the way home? Kyoji invites her, but then he furrows his brow. Unable to think about a phrase, he just blurts that out, but he regretted it as soon as the words left his mouth. At that age, an invitation to go home together is almost like inviting her out on a date. It would be different if they simply walked together after happening to run into each other, but him going out of his way to invite her feels significant. Feeling that it'd be bad if she became wary of him, Kyoji hurriedly adds, I didn't mean it like... He tries to make an excuse, but he can't really think of anything. In the end, Kyoji just trails off. Aoi stares at him fixedly for a moment, but then she nods. Why do people overthink these things? Like, I never get it. Like, at the same time, I never get people who just, like, immediately are like, oh, that must have a romantic connection, mustn't it? Like, oh, they must be into me. Like, I don't get it. Like, I do these things for people all the time, and it has just no romantic connection. It's just like, you're just friends, you just want to hang out. It's normal. You just want to hang out because you're friends. You're having fun. The fuck? I don't get these people. Like, do people... Is it just because you're, like, different genders? Like, I don't get people who are like, oh, just because you're, like, different genders, you must automatically must bang. Like, you cannot hang around in the same, like, the same place. You cannot, like, meet up. Especially not alone, because you will just, you know, like, accidentally touch tongues. What the fuck do you mean?
そこまで 一緒に帰ろうか。
Let's walk home for some of the way. Yeah! He was the one to invite her, but is he going to end up regretting his decision? You're just walking home! That concern waits on him on the way to the shoe lockers, but it seems he has nothing to worry about. Of course! They're just walking home. Once they start talking about bands, Aoi turns out to be quite talkative. They cheerily chat about things like Metallium's Maidens guitarist or the Auto Explosion's new CD's jacket. They talk a lot when it comes to stuff like this, Namika. Yeah, it's like the stuff she knows about. Like, of course you're gonna talk about your hobbies a lot.
そう？
I do. Yeah, you're totally different from usual. This makes Aoi look a bit taken aback. What's wrong?
うるさかったらごめん。
I'm sorry if I'm being annoying. She says that in the usual subdued tone before looking away and hanging her head. Hey, no, that's not what I meant. If anything, I'm glad you're talking. I mean, you're pretty much the only person I can talk to about this. Aoi looks up at Kyoji, her eyes full of surprise. After staring at him for a long moment, though, she hangs her head again. Expression isn't cheering up. Did he say something wrong? Yeah, like when you're having fun, why do you keep bringing this up? Like, oh, you're actually having fun? How unusual. This is the type of shit that people just say. Like, especially people with, like, no personalities, no hobbies. Normally, I'm pretty quiet. I'm genuinely just very quiet and I just don't talk a lot. Like, I mostly will not talk to anybody if they don't talk to me firsthand. If I just don't see that they're a person I would have something similar with or like something to actually talk about. Like, I don't approach a person if I don't see potential to talk to them about something. Like, I just won't approach people who I just have nothing to say to, basically, because it makes sense, right? Like, why would you just approach somebody who is just going to be like, hi? Like, what's the fucking point? Because I have nothing to say to that person. What the fuck am I gonna say? Hi. Nice weather, innit? I could have just been fucking quiet, couldn't I? Like, what's the point of talking to that person? So, yeah, I mostly just stay quiet and I just avoid conversation if possible with just normal people who just don't have hobbies in, like, my realm. Because I just don't have anything to say to them. Like, I just avoid conversation if possible. Like, until they approach me, I just will not approach them and will not talk to them. So, like, yeah, most people just think of me as like, oh, I'm just very shy, very quiet, I just don't really talk at all. But when they see me talking to somebody that I actually have something to say to, they will always comment on like, wow, you're so different, you're like talking a lot, aren't you? And I'm like, well, of course, because I actually have something to say. Like, of course I'm not gonna say shit to you because I don't have anything to say to you. Like, duh. Of course I'm gonna, like, talk a lot about my hobbies or, like, a lot about something that interests me, actually, because it actually interests me. Like, I actually have something to say about it. When they reach the crossroads, Aoi stops. Your house is that way, right, Namiki? He feels reluctant to part ways with her. Aoi then looks up and stares directly at him.
ジンノ君、さっき CD 買いに行くって言ってたよね。
Jinno-kun, earlier you said you'd go buy the CD, right? Ah, yeah. Do you, wanna go together? Aoi nods immediately. Her expression perks up a bit. After getting impressed by so many annoying things to say, he feels excited by this fortunate turn of events. Okay, that was very abrupt. Alright, I guess that's the end of this video. That was so abrupt, it was like... blackout. Okay. Well, that's it for this video. Bye-bye until the next video, I guess. Bye-bye.